Hi there, it's Janice Thomson from JazzleDazzleCraft.co.uk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I live and work in Scotland, and I am at the moment working my way through my series of stamping through the alphabet. Gosh, made that very wordy, didn't I? So I am just playing with stamp sets I have actually not forgotten about, but have been a bit neglected, I think. So what I did was I rearranged the way I was storing my stamp sets on my shelves. I've changed them to alphabetic, and so I'm seeing things. There are stamp sets that are now in my line of vision that weren't for a wee while. So yeah, so I thought, how do I make myself play with them in a more systematic way? And so we're at F and I'm blethering, but you're used to that, aren't you? So F for Fragrant Forest. I absolutely adore this stamp set, and I used it a lot in the winter and at Christmas time, and yeah, it has its place there. But do you know what? It's spring just now and summer looming somewhere. It hopefully will come this year. I'm not sure it did last year. But anyway, again, I'm blethering, haven't I? Oh, anyway, so I'm going to do this in ridiculously bright colours and just show you a slightly different way to do things. So I have out 3 of our new in colours, which are staying with us for another year. Be aware that this stamp set the stamp won't stay with us. I'm sure it'll be going into last chance pretty soon. We first had it in the winter mini catalogue 2023. It carried over to the annual catalogue for 2024, which is about to retire soon in a few weeks. And I'd be very surprised if this was to carry over. I think this will be going into last chance. On the last video, I talked to you about this large block and how it is just that little bit big for my hand span, and I can feel that stretch. Let's say feel the stretch. Well, I can, yeah. So what I aim to do this time, sometimes I use these big stamps and keep them in their box, but for this particular technique, I think it's better to have it out the box. I am sitting on the big block, but I am going to use it this way up. I will not be trying to stamp with it like that, because as you can see, I'm likely to drop that and then it will just be all different. Sorry, I just knocked the camera flying and everything there with my dramatics. But we're all right, we're okay. So I need to kind of keep that, just check that it's quite hard to make sure that you're close enough to see what's happening, but far enough away that I'm not banging everything all the time, and that you see the whole of what I'm doing. So I've got Petunia Pop, Peach Pie and Summer Splash. So this is just a bit of fun to give us, I suppose it will give us a bit of a rainbow forest. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the pad of Peach Pie and kind of putting it over the third, so that if you see in the picture, I'm trying to cover these trees here with the Peach Pie. Just being careful to get the bottoms and the tops of the trees as well. Oops, don't throw that away, Janice. Close it. And then on the trees at the top, I'm going to make them Petunia Pop. Now I used that lighter colour in the middle on purpose, I guess, because I'm now going to cover these in the Petunia Pop, which is darker than the Peach Pie, and I did get and I'm not going to worry too much if you know, some of the petunia pop goes over the peach pie trees. But the idea is that each group of trees here that are divided by what I would think is a path are a different colour. It's a fairy tale forest, a unicorn forest, whatever you want to call it. But it's just about fun. Now this stamp is bigger than I would use for a layer on a normal size card. Now I've just swiped my thumb right up there and then hit my knuckles on the stamp. I hope that just makes you laugh, because, well, that's all you can do when you're watching me. So where was I? So this is bigger, but what I want to do is I've just cut half a piece of, well, I suppose I could do it that way. You can hold this. I've just cut half a sheet of card. And honestly, I will use the bits. I'll use the bits that I don't use, if you know what I mean. With that, the scraps at the side will get used up for other things. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So this is just to give a fun image, and I am just rubbing my hand all over. I'm not digging it in. I just want to catch the surface. Basically making a print from that stamp, and let's see what we get. I'm not going to show you. I'll get that out of the way first. There we go. So there's my image. So I need to decide whether I want to, I'm just going to use a normal card base. So I want this layer to be 14 centimetres high and 9.7 wide. Now that's pretty good print that I've taken there. So let's just trim it down. And it's going to, I need a straight edge, so I'm just choosing that one. And it's not as straight as I thought it was, but it's, I'll take it a bit over here. Right, take that off just now. Righty. And that will be 14, but I'm going to pull that down just a, oh no, I can't, 14. It's just a bit square, but it's close enough. So I now have, that is 11 centimetres wide and 14 deep. Now I noticed that the stamping here isn't as good as it could be. So I don't know if I take that off there. So I'm going to take that. It's going to come to 9.7. yeah, I'll just chop that off there. And I have that piece. Yeah, that'll work fine. And I do have some black scrap here because I do want a bit of a strip of black. Have I got anything now? I don't know. There's one that's thinner. And I want to put a sentiment across there. So where are we? I have this stamp set tag of thanks lying here. I don't know. Oh look! What on earth has happened here? That block's been... Oh, for goodness sake. Janice. Right. So I have already used that stamp I Appreciate You with white ink. So let's just do this and then trim this. So... I've got a layer of black to go around the image because, you know, that's something I like to do. So this is our craft white ink, which works really well on black. Now I probably should have trimmed the black piece first, but we'll just give it a minute and I'll trim it. Right. I've lost my glue. There we go. So you see on the black, it makes the colours pop. So let's just pop this on the card base too. So I don't know if you know, if you would have a go at this, would you? And split your forest into 3 colours. Suppose we could call it Rainbow Forest. Now I can use this bit inside to tie the inside with the outside. That on the inside. And there you have Fragrant Forest. We just have our sentiment to sort out. Now I just want to trim that down a little bit. That's not straight now, Janice. I think we need to make it to the right width, don't I? I just want to take that little bit off there. And then that is I can just prop that across there. I don't think that's as straight as it could be. I don't think it's the same width at one end as it is at the other. But I think if I start to try and straighten that up, I'm just going to make it worse. So I'm just going to stick that on now. And I'm going to finish it off with these lovely embellishments. You always find birds and insects in the forest. So this is the adhesive back dragonflies and birds. And clearly I need to tidy my craft desk up because my take your pick tool is hiding again. Why does that happen? I have it and then it decides to hide. Oh, here it is. It's jumped in the box with the paint brushes. That's not where it belongs. Okay, so we have a bird there. Whoops. We've got 3 birds. I think we'll have another. Where's that going to land? There. We've got a dragonfly. Okay, so thank you so much again for watching to the end almost. And I call it stamping through the alphabet. Sometimes, some days I think it's fumbling my way through, but somehow or another we get a nice card at the end of it. So quite like the wee touch in there. And there you go. I appreciate you. I do appreciate all of you for sticking with me through this another series. Yeah, so that's F for Fragrant Forest. And we'll see you when I decide what I'm doing for G. I don't know what that will be. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.